It's posting, but I don't know if it will be redirected. Hello. Hi, how are you? It's the first time I do this on YouTube. I've been doing it in Facebook. But I don't know, I just realized in YouTube, translations, subtitles, I have a strong accent. Sometimes the translations are quite funny because I don't know, I mumble and it's difficult to translate. Also, I don't know if all the videos, but the ones I have checked, it translates into many languages. I don't know, German, French, Japanese, instantly. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Okay, yeah. One thing that I want to show today that is very basic, but later on. Yeah, it is working. Yeah, thank you. Is how to stretch. No, how to assemble. When you order like a stretcher, it comes like this. So it has got two sides, one with the edge, so the surface won't stick to here, and the flat one. So we have to put, depending on the size, how we want to do it. No, this is a long one with a short one. It goes like that. You don't have to be too worried for if it is completely together or not. Now we put the other one. I'm waiting for our materials. It will take like a week to arrive, but then I will give you a list of things I'm buying, and whoever want to do rabbit skin glue for sizing the canvas, yeah, get rabbit skin glue. This is the middle bar, goes in the middle. I want to show how to make a temper. For that, we will need Damar varnish, turpentine, and water and an egg. I had some crystals of Damar varnish. I show you now. So I'll have it overnight, soaking on turpentine, and then have put it. How do you say baño Maria? You know, when you put something on boiling water. How do you call it baño Maria? Anyway, you put a pot to boil, and then you put another bottle inside, so it never goes to the boiling point, but has got liquid. It has got like a temperature that is kind of the right temperature to dissolve the varnish. These are, I have them. They're very old. I haven't used them for a long time.
It's called the bain-marie.
The what?
It's the same. It's called the bain-marie.
The bain-marie. These are the glasses, the crystals, resin, and then you put it with turpentine. I'll give you the proportions of how to find them. Now we start kind of putting all this right place, so the corner is perfect and the line has to go tight. Sorry, this line has to go tight. I'm working on getting a good camera for being able to stream this thing better. I think it's nice to be able to see the brush stroke and stuff. You can put it against a straight wall and see that it's square, or you can measure from corner to corner, and then the same measure here. It has to be the same, so it's a rectangle, square, or whatever. I buy just a few stretchers and I put them on and off, and then the paintings I put them on the wall, or I roll them, or I send them to wherever, a gallery, to a client, to whoever. I haven't received my order of canvas yet, so there is a bed sheet, quite fun. It's 100% cotton. I found on the corridor, and I think instead of using the white, I'm gonna use this one as a background. I think it would be fun, and I'm gonna prime it with PVA, so it will look yellow at the beginning, but it will dry clear. And if you order PVA with an pH, that's even better because it doesn't age getting yellow. It remains clear, but it's difficult to find sometimes. I don't know if it's big enough. Okay, lucky, yeah. Just so I start at the top. And go here. Trying to have the whole thing covered. That this cloth is just about. It will stretch. Normally, when you buy the canvas, it hasn't been washed, so you don't need to tighten it very much if it is unprimed, because when you wet it, like any cotton or linen, will shrink, and yeah, it will. This one, by being, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of times washed, is not gonna shrink at all. So I'm gonna make it tight, but yeah, when it's new one, you can do it with the hands, and then you prime it with an acrylic primer, white or any color that you like. I always use white, and it's enough. It's enough. Or you can buy it already primed, which if you're in a house is probably better. But if you are in the stretching plies, you use this side to put it against the bar and tight it. It works as it's a very handy tool if you're gonna be stretching canvases. I think it was Goya. Yeah, Goya was. Oops, it's too much. Let's see. Yeah, probably that is. Yeah, Goya during the war years they didn't have canvas; they couldn't deliver, and he was painting on the curtains of the, I don't know if a royal palace or some very nice curtains, and he will use the colorful side as well. I really don't know if that's totally true with one of these factoids of the museum guides. they tell things, and I guess it's true. I will believe it. So I'm tightening. Yeah, but I like working on canvases that I find maybe already painted, all ones on cloth with patterns. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Oops, didn't go. Here. Yeah, so I will be a good thing. I could do one day I don't know if I had mentioned it before. Always you go stapling each a couple of staples in one place, then the opposite, then the side, then the other side, and always stretching toward outwards. Most people will know how to do this, but maybe some people won't. So I don't know. So today I'm gonna prime it with PVA see-through to kind of preserve this. But another day I will, when I get my delivery, because I need some things, I will prime canvases with rabbit skin glue, like an old recipe from some, I don't know, Titian or something like that. It comes on this book. It's very good book, like witchcraft for the artist. You can find it on PDF format free. I think it's in Google Documents or something. And it's difficult to read, but once you know certain things, it's a very good companion to make experiments. They even talk about the techniques of, I don't remember, of let me see. Restoring the easel pictures. Yeah, they talk about the technique of Velázquez, of, I mentioned it before. Anyway, it's a good book. 4 months later, hold on, bear with me. Yeah, no, I talk about the Gisium, what we're gonna do. For that, we will need to order like zinc white. I think it's called lithopon, which is some kind of different kind of white. Rabbit skin glue. You can buy it dry, and I think it's much better to buy it dry, like in tablets, because it doesn't go off. It's made out of cartilage from, I don't know, from little animals, chickens and so on. So it gets very smelly if you just buy it ready and you don't use it all. The tablet, you just need to soak them, and it's the same. So you need litho, a dammer, yeah, and a canvas and a stretcher. And we can paint on wood as well with egg temper. Ideally, you will paint on wood, or we would. I normally did. Now I wasn't using it because I don't know, I'm very prolific, and the paintings on wood, they take more space. And then if you show internationally, it's expensive to send, it's heavy to carry. My studio's in a 3rd floor. Some of the paintings don't fit on the lift. So I don't know. And now I like this painting on canvas and rolling after and sending it like that. But yeah, we can try on wood, which is really nice for the egg temper. And I'm not gonna do a normal one, is the one I used to work with. Yeah, I don't know. They're all paintings, I think, from, I don't know, really very old ones, like 500, 600, 700, something like that. But when really start being used, oil paint is on the 15th century, I think. and mostly 16. There's another book that is really, really good. It's Vasari. How is it called? I think it's Vasari, The Life of the Artists, something like that, and their techniques. And then there is another one by the master of Velázquez. I don't remember the name now. I'll make a list of things. So you're making an order, get some brushes, get turpentine. We could work with a very, very small palette like ivory black, titanium white, yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, and then a red, depending on the money. You can buy cadmium or you can buy some scarlet or something similar. That they are good, the pigments anyway. It's a bit tricky, it's a big canvas. So, yeah, the first people that start painting with oils, they will come from the studios of the tradition of egg temper. We'll use underpainting with egg temper. And that's how I used to work, working like with different kind of whites. A very poisonous one is lead white, but I mean, you don't need to use it. I used to use it, I don't know why, but I stopped it. I have to wear mask, gloves. Yeah, I don't know. We can do things. I'm gonna try to make like a program, which I think is very good for me as well. To see what we can do. It's like a couple of years painting online. I think my way of painting will change dramatically now that I can go and embark in paint in public spaces. So I'm here in a public space anyway. Which is nice. Okay, now we're gonna prime it, see through, and then we will go into something else, and then we can paint a bit. I'm not gonna do the corners in any kind of fancy way because I'm gonna show how to do a coat, but I'm gonna have to do more than one. And the canvas will help me to don't dirty the floor. So what else can we do? We will do encaustic. Yeah, mostly painting. What I said, if you are kind of the equivalent of a beginner, or you're in the first year at uni, the best thing is paint a lot, throw it away, paint over, work on paper, just get used to the materials, get to know how you work. I was very, very messy before going to uni in the first year. The teacher always complained about how crazy I was painting, and I was in a traditional place, and he didn't give me very good marks. Second year was weird, but it was the same teacher, and I got the best mark. And I don't know, somehow I got tame in painting in a particular way, classical, and it really took me many years to kind of go back to what I am. More kind of, I like to improvise and to fix problems. So it's quite nice. I'll put it there. And yeah, more or less, I put like, let me see this. That's water. Normal water, and this is PVA, a normal PVA. I don't know, very normal, that is okay. It's not for this purpose, and probably in a few years will change color, but I don't mind. This is gonna be an exercise. You need to buy rollers, big brushes. So I really have to put too much water. I'm gonna put first the PVA. I have to put PVA and then like pretty much the same amount with water, a little bit less. But it's something you can try. You can always sand in between coats. You will have to do quite a few coats, maybe 3. In this very absorbent cloth, even more. It's very important that the cloth, if you use one that is at home, that the fabric goes like this and not diagonally, because then when it's like diagonally, it's very difficult to stretch and it doesn't really work. It's a cotton as strong as you can, like heavy, and yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna put some water here, like for this, that I guess is like 2 pints. Yeah, I'm gonna put 1 pint of water. You don't have a very plasticky feeling. So you move. All these things are kind of, yeah, I put the lessons like for more kids and just for kind of people who want to learn some professional with no certificate at all or anything, but someone that can share some things. Okay, this is nice. I'm gonna do it with the roller. This will go more clear. The first coat you can do it pretty much however you want, very loose, very watery. And then we're gonna sand. I won't do it online, but I'm telling you now. When this is dry, tomorrow, I will sand it down with a very thin sandpaper, like maybe number 100 or something like that. Thin, whatever you have got. And I will do another coat, but adding a little bit more of PVA. And then depending on how look the surface, I will do more coats, and always with a little bit more of PVA. Sanding in between coats if you want to have a thin, clean surface. If you want it rough, that's okay as well. So these things you don't really have to be very organized. On the last few coats that you're sanding, it's quite good to do if you want even background and that the brush work everywhere the same way. You don't want to have a canvas that direct the paint in a way that you don't pretend to do. So it's good the last coat, do them very thin, one vertical, the one horizontal, all the way, thin it down, make it similar to what the actual cotton is. I don't know. We'll do this many times, so no need to worry. And the video stay there. So yeah, this is one code. Match everywhere. And now it's paging. I'm waiting. And another code. Yeah, probably tonight before leaving. Or yeah, I will try to do as many as I can and make a good surface, and we can do a painting. Now with the PVA. Yeah, this. I don't know if this is button, but if you want to do collage, is the perfect moment because you can glue with the PVA any other thing. If you just want to be playful, I don't have a plan for the painting, but this, I guess, will direct me. Yeah, it looks like a bikini. It does look like a bikini. So, it's a good moment for gluing it up because it will take, it will stay there. It's wet on wet, and the clothes, let's hope they don't dry in very different ways because it depends on the quality. You want to paper as well. Okay, there it is. Yeah, you can put as much as you want. That's good. I'm gonna leave it a bit standing. I'm gonna be the face, and I can see the word. I'm gonna leave it a bit standing so this very liquid glue doesn't get stuck to the crossbar, because that would be not ideal, because it will show. I mean, it's like, if you want that effect, you can do it, but it's not my thing. So I just hit it from the back here a bit. I'm gonna put it elsewhere so I can keep on doing something. I don't know. Okay, this is like I have this with the water boiling, with the crystals and turpentine. If I will do this, is just today like an experiment. Damar oil is an egg. Let's do some egg tempera. I mean the mix. Yeah, it's too sure. This is a very good book. I'm telling you, and it's free. Egg temper with one measure, the whole egg. So you use the whole content of the egg, an equal measure of oil, that in this case is no oil, is a damar, it is a varnish. You can use oil, but I like better the varnish. So one egg, the same amount of oil, or resin varnish, stamp oil, coach varnish, so on, and up to 2 measures of water. So that's what we do in a bottle. And quite cute. So it's 1 egg. Oops, yeah, 1 egg. You can do it just with the yellow of the egg, white, depending if you want to do like painting all Bibles and things. So this is our measure now. I think I haven't done this in a long time. I mean, I did it recently, but not for long. The order of the ingredients is important. First oil, then water. Otherwise, the emulsion will. I have got some paint in there. Will not succeed. So first the oil. I use the same amount, this is half an egg, so I put 2. This varnish is Damar. You can buy it ready-made, or you can make it as I did. You can give it now a little shake. Oops. Some people do this with several eggs and several cups of varnish, and without the water, they keep it on the fridge because it lasts much longer. Once you put the water, there is some kind of chemical reaction or something that behaves rodents easier. I thought this would be more watertight. So it was. I'll get a camera at some point. So it's 4, which is double the egg. This technique is very good for later on adding oil to it, and that's how the very old painters used to use. This one we were talking about, the 15th, 16th century Van Dyck. So you can start working with like monocolor, like priming with paint. You paint white on white, different shades, different tones, and then you start glazing. That's how the first artists start doing it. And it's a moment in time I like, because I like that egg temperature dries very quickly. Like, yeah, similar to acrylic, maybe sooner, depending on if you're working on paper with just the yellow and pigment, that dries right away. Yeah, that's how people do those old things on the old books. 1 second, let me get the things out. Another shake. Very simple. And this is the glue of the paint. This is what you're gonna mix with the pigment. I have got a few pigments around. Okay, let me put this thing here. And if I put some pigment, it's still better. Black. When I do this, what I like to do is I used to buy these empty containers, like made of lead, I guess. And yeah, do big quantities of paint and mix it all together and keep it in those bottles. So this is the pigment. We can put a little, let me see, another smaller container. So you put the temper. You put the pigment there. It depends how thick you want it. I like it thicker than this. Yeah, sorry, I'm not very organized because I don't know. I'll put more. I remember there was something that because the black sometimes is difficult to mix. I don't know what liquid we used to put in it. Some alcohol, I think. Alcohol, and it kind of binds or bounds better, whatever they mix better. So classically this will be in wood. This is a piece of wood. It has got some white primer. This is the paint. Yeah, it is super nice matte paint that dries very quickly and is very nice for using it on board and then using oils on top. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna put yeah, I don't know, something like next week. So if someone has got the time to get it, or at some point I will, yeah, mix quite a lot of egg temper again and paint with it and mixing it gradually with oil. Yeah, it's a super nice technique. This kind of mixing, working very fast, drying very fast, and not having to wait for the paint to dry, which you could do with acrylic, but this, I don't know, I like better the quality of the paint. Is, I don't know, it's, yeah, very organic. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna paint a bit more on this. Now that I've been working on it, I have this day, the still life there. I decided to kind of make the whole pot to show how tight the whole thing is. It's like overcrowded, you know. I'm sure the plant like to be in the forest. Anyway, how long are we? 39 minutes. The still life. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint like 10-15 minutes to do some touches and see how it goes. The battery is good. I wash my hands. It was from further. Yeah, I really want to get, but I don't know if this is a good camera for streaming. But I would like to be able to show better the paint and things, because at some point we can work much fine Yeah, the important thing is if you're a student or you want to learn to paint, is to paint as much as you can, and then to read books about it, practice. I've made a mess here on the table with the black pigment. But I hope someone is painting. Then I don't know, to get some ideas from here. Some company. This live. I don't know if there is chat enable or not. I don't really know. But if it is enabled, and I know in Facebook is, and I think I'm streaming at the same time in both, I think, but I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is probably enough. For today, we have done quite a few things, and I will keep on painting on my own for a bit and try to finish this and clear the studio that I have made a big mess. But yeah, I'm gonna go again, maybe with. I'm gonna try to get the lightest and the darkest for now. So I'm gonna pretty much use. I think this is called. I don't remember the name of this color. I normally don't use it. It's like an indigo, but it's darker. Steel something. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna use this green. But when I say that, yeah, I don't know. I think the lesson, the important thing is how to start. Maybe see a bit each day. All this, last night was different. Yeah, I want eventually to get these leaves coming up. Those ones like a cascade. Those ones they're like, I don't know. It's like there's some drama there in the painting. So my way of dealing with that drama sensation was changing my mind about doing a fragment of it. So I'm just presenting giving it a sense that satisfies me for some reason. Yeah, but here we will have a strong light. I'm not going into the individual personalities of the leaves just yet. I'm just building up. And in this moment, it's okay to either paint something on top, leave it as it is, keep on working. I don't know. It's not much of a rule. But yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I really enjoy this thing because yeah, being close in the studio, painting to myself without thinking about a show or something, because at the moment everything is there are no shows on the museums or this or that. So I think this is useful for me to kind of go back to my yeah to all my training, being able to share it, and I will force myself to to paint with 4 colors, for example, and egg temper and things like that. I haven't done for years, and I don't know. I look forward to do it. Okay, hope you're well. Thank you. And relax. And